dir und mir, über Tag, über Nacht, die Kränke steht beim dir und wart bei dir und mir, über Tag und über Nacht. Es starben in der Nacht vier gute Menschen und für dir kein Covid ist nicht so. Heim gedenken mir die gute Zeiten, weil es wird noch kommen, unser Show. Wir haben fest einmal mir treffen fand. Durch Zoom und YouTube singen wir. Wir schaffen Lieder fein und trinken sei wie Wein. Alkohol kommen wird zu dir. Ja, wir schaffen Lieder fein und trinken sei wie Wein. Alkohol kommen wird zu dir. Covid-19 wird bei uns nicht spoilen. Wir werden sicher überkommen dir. Und wir werden weiter singen und tanzen und leben frei und pflanzen. Werden wir, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Es wird noch seiner Zeit, wird weiter sein mit Leid. Der Himmel wird mehr nicht bleiben grün. Mit Trinken Wein, mit Feind, es wird sein Feind. Zurück wird kommen unser Show. Ja, mit Trinken Wein, mit Feind, es wird noch sein Feind. Zurück wird kommen unser Show, unser Show, unser Show.
Isn't that music from another song also? Gewein outside, mein Freund.
Those were the days, my
Those
friend.
were the days.
Those were the days. Oh, I know, I recognize it.
Washington Square was the name of the group.
Yeah? Okay. Okay. Janet, will you start reading it, please, the English?
Amal Gewein Atzai, there was once a time, is a Yiddish version of Those Were the Days, my friend. The original was a song in Russian by Boris Fomin, adapted into English by Gene Raskin, then popularized by the Welsh singer Mary Hopkin in 1968. It was translated into more than 20 languages.
Go on.
Hindi Nosek Abelson composed the Yiddish version, which is not nostalgic for life in the old country, but for normal life before COVID-19. She is a Canadian writer and translator based in Toronto, the daughter of Holocaust survivors who works for nonprofit refugee organizations. Lenka Lichtenberg performs a song here. She is also Canadian, born in Prague. She sings in Yiddish, Czech, English, and French. She received the Canadian Folk Music Award twice.
Thank you. Thank
Ada.
you. So, yeah. Steve, can you start reading it, please?
Sure, it can prove. Amol hat men gegessen gute Essens und getrunken Wein mit guter Freund, gute Zeiten, Tormen nicht vergessen, Verschlossen seien alle Tieren Feind. Once upon a time, people ate good food and drank wine with good friends, good times. Tor, I'm not sure, had men, did men, not, or the good times were not forgotten, men did not forget. Verschlossen seien alle Tieren Heind. Not all it's all gone from our doors today.
Verschlossen is also wie vermacht, closed.
Oh,
Locked.
it's all right. So all of our doors are closed today.
But Tor,
Yeah.
it
Change.
should.
Should.
So
Okay.
good times should not be
Forgotten.
Okay, Maurice, you want to add anything?
No, it's it. Tolman is may not be forgotten. They should not be forgotten.
Right. Forbidden. Tornished is to be
Forgotten.
forbidden.
Tolman
Right. Okay.
is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Rina Lea, yeah, before Elaine, yes.
Can one translate the sentences with men as one must not forget?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Rina Lea, can you continue reading?
Ja. Amal gewein a Zeit, men hat verbringt mit Leid. Das Leben gewesen süß und frei, getrunken Wein mit Freund, das ist schön mehr nicht heint, jene Zeit ist vorbei. Once was a time one had verbring and celebrate with lightness, with that light.
People. Light is
Light
With
people.
joy. Oh yeah, light with people. The life was sweet and free. We drank wine with friends. This is already no longer here today. That time has passed.
Yeah, this is showing mehr nicht heint means that isn't the case today.
Ah,
Right now, you
okay.
you cannot spend time with friends because of
Okay.
COVID. So
You're doing
Oh
Zoom.
yeah, all right.
You're
Okay.
doing Zoom, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
you
I
know
don't.
what? Rina Lea,
Yeah.
continue.
Okay.
Continue.
Angekommen auf der Welt Maka. COVID-19 has gebringt an Eck. Und jetzt alle Menschen, alle Länder kennen kaum der Worten solls weg. Has come on the world a curse. COVID-19 has brought an ending. And now all people in all lands can coin their, is der Worten to wait? Can coin to
time
wait?
is hardly, they can
Can
hardly.
hardly wait till it goes away, till it goes
Right.
away.
Yeah,
Good.
good. Thank you. Thank you.
Adank.
Maurice, you have any?
No, that's fine. That's good.
Okay.
I just want to point out that
Yeah.
this version uses the past tense gebrengt, but there is another way, which is gebracht. My parents would have said gebracht, but this is gebrengt.
Okay. Rafael, yes.
I want to also point out that that's in the second person. And so hast gebrengt, you have brought a disaster, sollst weg. We can barely wait that you, COVID-19,
Oh,
should depart. And we'll see
Right.
that later on. It's all in the
That's
second
right.
person.
Okay.
good point. Good point.
Can I ask that the first line, the last word, is that Hebraish?
Yeah.
What? Which
Maka,
one?
Maka,
Amaka? Yes,
Yeah.
that's a brave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But how do you pronounce it?
Make,
Amaka.
Maka?
make.
And
The
what does it
accent is on
mean?
the first syllable. Make.
Yeah. And what does it mean? Curse?
Plague.
Plague. Oh, okay.
Oh, I said curse. It's a plague.
Yeah, it's a plague.
A
Make,
koala is a
literally,
curse.
it's a plague.
Yeah, I made an error. Thank you. Thank you.
But
But if you were cursing someone, you would say a makaf, dear, a curse or a
Yeah,
plague.
a
The
yeah.
plague on you,
Ah,
right?
a
not
plague on
gonna-
you,
yeah,
oh.
right,
But if the curse meant the curse, the curse was the curse. It
right.
was a very common curse.
Okay. Elaine, can you continue?
Let me just find it on my place on my,
It's on the
Uh,
screen.
I know it's on the screen, but I
Yeah.
have my translation on.
Okay.
Siz meer niet door die tijd, wenn me het verbrengt mit Leid. It's no, we don't, the time is no more that we can get together with people. Mit Kinder und mit einiglich gelacht, laughing with children and with grandchildren. Die Krank es steht beim Tier und wart auf dir und mir, abai tog. I'm sorry.
E by tog.
E by
E.
tog, E by nacht. Yeah, okay. The sick stand by the door and they wait for you and me by day and by night.
So die krank is the sickness.
Oh, the
And
sickness.
the sickness is waiting
Yes.
at your door
It
for you
waits
and me.
and
The krank.
wait. Okay,
If
okay.
it was a sick person, it would be der Kranke.
Okay. You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of the people in nursing homes who waited for who couldn't have any visitors. That's what just struck me. But
Right.
yeah, that
And-
makes sense. That makes
right.
sense.
And
That
the
makes
word
sense.
E is both. E by tog.
Yeah,
E
both.
by
Yeah,
nacht,
both by day
during
and
the
by
day
night.
and at night.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Elaine, go.
Oh, es starbt in der Nacht viel gute Menschen. Good people die at night. Und für dir kein COVID is nicht da. And for you, I guess talking again to COVID-19, no honor. There's no honor for you. Talking to COVID-19, for dear.
I
Is that-
think that's what he means, yeah, but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
Right.
Heint gedenken mir die gute Zeiten. Today I remember the good times.
We
But-
remember.
I'm sorry. We remember, right? We remember the good times, weil es wird noch kommen unser Shaw, because our time will come, our hour will come again. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. I see that Morty.
Yes, and two things. And the first line shouldn't be es starben with a nun at the end because it's in the plural.
Uh-huh.
It says starbt though.
It says
Did I
starb.
Yeah,
pronounce?
but
Maybe starben. I don't know. It could be both ways.
Rafael, yes.
Rafael, what do you think?
I agree, Morty, and I think that the author or the singer didn't quite get the grammar right.
Yeah.
So what
Okay.
should it be? What should it be?
Starben.
Yeah, with a
Nun
nun.
at the end.
A nun sofit at the end, yeah.
Mention, yeah, the mention.
Yeah, like this.
Starben. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
my other question, my other point was on the second line. My thinking was when he says unfardir kein COVID is nicht du, it refers to the person who has died, because there couldn't be any gatherings, any funerals with people, any shivas or whatever because of COVID.
Okay.
And so there was no COVID given to the dead. But that's my
is dear-
interpretation.
Yeah, is dear, I'm really bad. But is dear plural?
No,
That's the problem.
it's singular.
Dear, it's for you.
Yeah, but if it refers to the mention,
It's, um,
that's
no,
where I
it
had,
has to be, it's singular. Fadir is singular. If it were
that's
plural,
why I
it would
thought
be
it was
fa'ir.
COVID. Yeah, that's why I thought it was for COVID. Like no honor is, but that makes sense too. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
I think what Morty says makes a lot of sense. So,
I said that makes sense too. So I don't know.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, let's go on.
Mina, I just wanted to say something about the last page. So when I heard this, weil es wird noch kommen unser Show, I thought of the partisan
The
hymn
partisaner.
when they say, doch kommen wird noch unser, and it's unser Show, our time will come again. Of course, that was in reference to the Nazi period, but this is referring to, and I don't know whether it's intentional, but that's what it reminded me of. Okay.
Okay, so let's go on. Just a moment. Barbara, can you continue?
Wir haben FaceTime heint. We have FaceTime today. Wo wir treffen Freund and where we meet friends. Durch Zoom and what is this one?
YouTube. YouTube. Oh,
YouTube.
YouTube. I'm thinking, I'm saying tube, not tube, and I'm not getting it.
You're thinking cold tube.
Through Zoom
No,
and
this is
YouTube.
YouTube.
We are singing. Wir schaffen Lieder, fine, and we're creating songs, just fine songs, und trinken Sai wie Wein, and drink as though it's wine. Kalal, a curse. Kommen wird zu dir. A curse will come to you, and I think this is referring again to the COVID. There's going to be a demise of COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any comments? Oh yeah, I see there are comments. Morty and then Rafael.
And then next to the last line, Saivi, I believe that means really anyway, we still drink wine.
Right.
Oh, still? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Rafael, you also raised your hand. It was for the same thing?
Same thing.
Okay. Okay. No comments on how Zoom or YouTube are translated?
Now I see that. Oh, this is something else.
Okay, Barbara, continue.
Oh, I gotta continue?
Yeah.
COVID-19 wirst bei uns nicht heulen.
So,
COVID.
Just a moment. Maurice, it's Poland or Poland?
Poland.
It's Poland. I tried to correct it. Somehow I just couldn't correct it. Yeah, Poland. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so foilen I understood to mean lazy, but that's not the meaning here?
No, lazy is foil.
Foil
because it has to be, yeah, but it's written on the screen, it's written foil.
Oh,
yes,
but
yes.
It has to be the dot inside and not it has to be Poland.
Okay,
right.
It's
so what
just,
do we have?
It's a mistake the way that Michael wrote it. It's a mistake. It has to be Poland.
No, you will not succeed.
Yeah,
not succeed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Can I ask what the side V, what that means again?
Anyway.
What is it?
Anyway, Psi V. Anyway.
Oh, anyway. Bedankt.
Okay. Wir wollen sicher überkommen. There we're going to overcome you.
Yes.
Und wir wollen weiter singen, tanzen und leben frei und pflanzen wollen mehr. And so we will quickly overcome you, and we will again sing and dance and live freely. And I'm thinking what?
Flourish,
I'm not sure.
I think it's to flourish.
Oh, that's good.
Flourish?
To flourish, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pflanzen
think
like
so.
a plant, bloom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Thank you. And so we will flourish or replant ourselves again, you might say.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your help.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank
Beverly,
you.
yes. Beverly. Beverly, where did you go?
Sorry.
Oh.
It's a very modern, the words are very modern for today, but the tune is an old tune. It's very interesting that she wrote it about COVID, what we're all living through.
Yeah. Okay, and this, okay, let's read it. Yeah, Beverly, your hand is up again.
No, sorry.
Okay, so Neely, please, can you read it? If there is a problem, Maurice will help. Okay, Neely?
Me?
Yes, you are Neely.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so go on, read it. Neely? Neely, where did you vanish? You read it or not? Okay, let's leave it. Henrietta, please. Maybe she's muted. Neely, you are muted.
Yes. Okay. Es wird noch deiner Zeit mit weiter sein mit Leid. Der Himmel wird mir nicht bleiben grey. Missträgt trinken Wein mit Freund. Es wird noch sein Heint. Zurück wird kommen unser Schar.
Okay. Can you translate it, please?
There will come a time we will be with friends, light of friends.
Yes.
The sky will not wel meer nicht bleiben. The sky will not remain gray.
I don't know why it went muted.
Okay, go on, Henrietta.
We will drink wine with friends. There will still be a today. And our time will come back.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Very good.
You want me to sing it? You want me to sing it?
If you want, yes. Want, yes. So let's listen to it once again. I don't know what.
I have one question about, can I just ask about mem apostrophe et? What
Me'et.
me'et? What
It's
is
mevet.
me'et?
It's mevet.
Mitzvaytel.
Mevet.
Mitzvaytel.
So it's a typo.
Yeah.
No, it's not a typo. It's the way people speak. Met weiter sein.
Mitleid.
It's like it's a contraction
Mit weiter
from
sein,
mevet.
yeah.
Mit.
But it should have been mevet weiter sein.
Yes,
Right,
it's a contraction.
But they wrote it the way people actually
Got it.
speak
Got
in
it. Got it.
conversation.
Got it. Okay.
Met weiter sein. We will again be with people.
Yeah, what does I?
Moti, yes.
Yeah, just one small correction. I believe that the word light doesn't mean friends, but people.
People?
Yeah. Right.
People in general.
Right.
That's
right.
more encompassing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What I wanted to ask if the sound was okay of the song.
Not really.
Not really, yeah, because I noticed, but when I tried it in the morning, it was a lot better. So
Yeah, the words,
let
it
me
was
try.
hard to hear the words.
Yeah, so let me try something else.
May I say something?
Let me try to do it through ear because I tried it in the morning through ear and the sound was a lot better. So, but here I cannot move the slides, but that's not a big deal. So, but maybe the sound will be better.
Am Morgen gegessen gute Essens und getrunken Wein mit gute Freund. Gute Zeiten wollen nicht vergessen.
No,
Terrible.
that was better before.
Mein Gott verbringt mit Leid durchs Leben
Oh.
gewesen, siehst du. Wein mit Freund, das scheint mir nicht heint. Jene Zeiten ist vorbei. Getrunken Wein mit Freund, das ist schön mir nicht heint. Jene Zeiten ist vorbei. Und gekommen heut die Welt am Macke. Covid-19 hast geprägt an Eck. Und jetzt alle Menschen, alle Länder, können kein der erwarten sonst.
The rain besser through you.
Siehst mir nicht durch die Zeit, wenn man verbringt mit Leid, mit Kindern einiglich gelacht. Die Kränk ist steht bei dir und was läuft dir und mir über Tag und über Nacht. Die Kränk steht bei dir und was läuft dir und mir über Tag und über Nacht. Es starben in der Nacht viele gute Menschen und für dir kein Covid ist nicht so. Heim gedenken mir die gute Zeiten, weil es wird noch kommen, unser Show. Wir haben FaceTime heint, wo wir treffen Freund. Durch Zoom und YouTube singen wir. Wir schaffen Lieder fein und trinken sei wie Wein. Alkohol kommen wir zu dir. Ja,
חבל הזמן, מינה.
fein und trinken sei wie Wein. Alkohol kommen wir zu dir. Covid-19 wird bei uns nicht spoilen. Wir werden sicher überkommen dir. Und wir werden weiter singen und tanzen und leben frei und pflanzen. Werden wir, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Es wird noch seiner Zeit, wird weiter sein mit Leid. Der Himmel wird mehr nicht bleiben grün. Wir trinken Wein mit Feind, es wird sein Feind. Zurück wird kommen unser Show. Ja, Wein mit Feind, es bleibt noch seine Hand. Zurück wird kommen unser Show, unser Show, unser Show.
Okay, well, sometimes sound is not working as well. So never mind, but it was a bit. Okay, Bonnie.
Yeah, I just had two quick questions. Verschlossen I would think would be closed, but do they mean closed out or stopped in that
Locked.
sentence? What is it?
Locked. Verschlossen
Locked.
is a
Locked.
lock. So
Locked. Yeah.
verschlossen is locked. The doors are locked.
Cookie?
Was
yeah.
there a door there? I couldn't quite get the sense of the word locked.
Means
Because
that
you
all
can't,
the
you can't get to see your friends. You can't go and.
No, I know, yeah. It's so, okay, the doors, okay.
Right.
Now I see it. Okay, and then I think Marty said light is friends. Can you explain that?
Light is people.
Light is people,
in
but in this
general.
context, it means, you can't get together with people.
Yeah, I
Presumably, it's
understand.
with your friends.
I just never heard that word.
Yeah, light is people, right? The Germanic word.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, Cookie, but we are muted, Cookie. So. I muted you because you were talking in the middle. The same as Neely. Cookie. Okay, until Cookie will unmute Beverly.
We know that song from All in the Family with Archie Bunker. That's how I just looked it up. That's how they. Cookie, one second, Cookie. I'm sorry. That's how we know the song, because Archie Bunker used to start in the beginning, or those were the days, and it's true.
No, I don't think that was the song he started with. I think you're wrong.
It was a different song. It was a different song with a similar title.
But
Archie Bunker's given a große Yiddishist.
Aber ich hab the Yiddish Werte of today, if you want to hear them. They're beautiful.
No,
and
I think we had once is enough. So yeah, we don't need to.
These words are really for today.
So send it to Beverly, and she will send it to all of us. I think it's enough.
Schnell, I'll do it Schnell.
Susan.
The word light is very important word for people, any people, because when you say you're responsible for whatever you do, you say to Gott und zu light. And it's an important concept of other human beings in general.
Yes.
Okay. Any more questions or comments? Cookie, I'm sorry, but really we cannot dwell on it too much. It's really too much.
Believe me, they would love it. They would love it if I sang.
Yes, we need to go forward.
I just want to.
Let's move on, please.
Yeah, let's move on. I think, you know what, send it to Beverly. Beverly will send it to all of us. And, okay? So.
I just want to.
Hilda.
I just wanted to say that I also have recorded that song. It's on YouTube. So if anybody wants to hear my version of it in Yiddish, then they can have a look on YouTube. It's called Vorbei die Zeit.
Vorbei die Zeit. Okay, do you have the link?
This one is gewesen at Zeit, mein Freund.
Do you have the link, Hilda?
I don't have the link now, but I've got my recording. It's on here. So if they want to, it's on YouTube anyway. If you just if you look for me, you'll see Hilda Bronstein, Vorbei die Zeit.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know. Yeah, I knew that you sang because I Googled you, so you know. Just so you know, I Google every one of you, so just to know a little bit about you. So whatever is online, I don't send private detectives, just what's online. So
all that information goes straight to China.
Okay. Okay, yeah, well, we have to laugh a bit. Sorry, Marty, you said something?
No.
Okay, I just imagined. Okay, so I think we will just move on to the story about the guy who traveled on a cargo ship to Peru, and he found there, a colleague a Jew, and the ship was under a Nazi flag, so, you know, two Jews that found themselves. It's not a friendship, it's kind of, you know, a ship, a boat friendship. And when they get off the boat, this colleague invites him to his house that is in the middle of the desert. It's a plantation, it's a sugar plantation. And after a long drive, they see the house and they see that there is a galech, a priest walking, and the priest turns around and goes back to the house, and they see a woman and a daughter, and he introduces the guy to his family. And now we will just wait. The next paragraph is what he sees when he enters the house. So let's continue. And it's here. Okay, and I will make it bigger. Just tell me when to stop. This is okay?
That's good.
Okay, so we are here. Ich will seid. Okay, so Susan.
What page are we on?
45.
45.
45, and
Thank you.
it's the third paragraph in page 45.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Susan, if you can start reading.
Ich will seit mein Leben nicht vergessen das Bild. I will never in my life forget the picture I saw, was hat sich unplugged vor meine Augen, that filled out before my eyes. Wenn ich bin erup, unten und der sehen die ganze Mishpocha. When I came down and I saw the whole family, Berensen, sein Frau und Tochter und zwei schon derwachsener Bechurim. Berensen himself, his wife and daughter, and two grown-up young men, beim Shane gedeckten Teetisch, who were at the very nicely decorated tea table, und in Vinkl von Zimmer auf a sofa, and they were in the corner of the room on a sofa. And in the corner of the room on a sofa, zwei Skenim, two old people, dem alten Galach und a groin alten und a groin alten Jeden, an old priest and a gray old Jew.
A Yidden is a woman.
No, it's not Yidden, it's Yidden.
It's
An
Yid.
alten Yidden.
I lost my place, yeah. Okay, where is it? Show me it.
Here, meet, the last word, here.
Why don't I see it?
Yeah.
Where are you showing me on there?
It's a bit blue. The last word of the sentence of the fifth line.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Der alten Galech.
Okay. Dem alten Galach und a groin alte Jid, an old priest and a gray old Jew. Mit a weiße patriarchaler board with a white patriarchal beard. Mit a sefer, with a holy book, with a Hebrew book. Nicht mit a Buch, not a regular book, but a prayer book. Nor take mit a sefer in their hand, but really with a Jewish prayer book holding in his hand. Der Einbund is gewesen a leathener. The book was bound in leather. Massiver und noch ihm hab ich erkennt, and it was a big book. And through this, I realized as der Yiddische Socken halt in der Hand, that this old Jewish man is holding in his hand einem von die Sforim, one of the holy books, was man trefft sie nur in die alte Schränk, that you only see lying in the old closets von dem vergangenen door, from the past generation.
Okay, Susan, just stop a moment. Morty, you want to add anything?
Yes, I wanted to talk about the difference between Buch and Sefer.
Okay, great.
Buch is just a regular book, and it can be any kind of book. But when the word is Sefer, which is of course Sefer from Hebrew, it refers specifically not to a prayer book, but to any kind of religious book. Probably
holy
in
book.
this case, probably a a book from Gemara or Mishnah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Ich bin geblieben stehen, nicht wissendig, was soll ich tun? So I just stayed there, not knowing what I should do. Das ganze Bild ist gewesen äußerlich fantastisch. The whole picture before me was strangely fantastical. Der Rosiker.
Doziker, it's a Dalet.
Rosiker?
Doziker.
Oh, should be Doziker. Oh, okay.
It's a Dalet.
Der Doziker Gemisch von Goyim und Jiden, that this strange mixture of Jews and Gentiles in ein Mishpocha, in one family, alle zusammen in ein Zimmer, all together in one room, in a weiter Medina ergets, in some faraway land, in the Hare Choshech, in the dark mountains, in the Cordillera, in the Cordillera of the mountain range.
Okay, Susan, just a moment. I see there is a question or something. Elaine?
Doziker.
Elaine?
What does Doziker mean?
This.
These.
That.
Well,
this,
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Dozica is like this particular one, this exact one.
Yeah.
This here, because it's got the word
Not
dog in it.
general, it's specific to an item.
The specific mixture, the strange specific mixture.
Specific, okay, thank
In
you.
a weiter Medina ergets, and somewhere in a faraway country, in the Hare Choshech, in the dark mountains, and the dark mountains are where evil things take place, I think. In the Cordillera, and in the Cordillera, the mountains of the Andes Mountains.
Just a moment, I see another, Rafael, yes.
It's Spanish word, Cordillera, or mountain range.
Yeah, the Hare Choshech, it's an expression often from children's fairy tales in Yiddish, Iber de Hare Choshech, far, far away. And so the metaphor then is the mountains of darkness, but it's not necessarily that there's evil there. That's something you have to surpass or get past in order to reach, the enchanted princess or whatever it is that your goal is. So the Hare Choshech is metaphoric here for a faraway place.
It's also used in Hebrew fairy tales or Hebrew tales. It's also מעבר להרי החושך. Yeah.
Berensons zien haben ausgesehen wie emisse jiddische Bechurim. Berenson's sons looked like real Jewish young men from Poland oder Lita, from Poland or from Lita, from Lithuania, nor in weiße, tropische Unzugen, but instead they were dressed in white tropical clothing.
Okay. Yeah,
What a
thank
picture.
What a picture, yes. Thank you, Susan. Rochelle, will you continue?
Yeah,
Sein?
yes, is Umzug a suit?
suit,
or
a
clothing?
suit, a suit.
Suit. Yeah. Yeah, white suits. Sein Tochter is ihr Kostüm hat dagegen ausgesehen wie ein elegante goyische Mädel und ist gewesen a Kopie von ihrer Mutter. The daughter looked like an elegant Christian girl and was a copy of her mother. Der Galach mit der jiddische Patriarch, patriarch, yeah, the priest with the Jewish patriarch, mir hat sich ausgedacht, als ich schlaf noch, als ich schlaf gar in der Alt is Cholam. He was thinking that he was asleep and everything was a dream.
Yeah.
Denn der alte Jid wollte sich nicht aufgehäuben von sein Platz und nicht der Land mir sein sein harte Hand mit a stillen Litwischen Shalom Aleichem. The old man rose and extended his hard hand with a Litvishin Shalom Aleichem. I think that's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
With a quiet, with a quiet.
With a quiet. Okay.
What's a Litvishin about the Sholem Aleichem?
The accent, I guess.
Yes.
He didn't say Shulam Aleichem.
How would it be different?
Shulam Aleichem.
And how would a Polish or a Galiciana say it?
Shulam Aleichem.
Shulam Aleichem.
Shulam Aleichem.
What's the difference?
There is a difference.
Shalom
Shulam
Aleichem.
Aleichem, Shulam Aleichem. Okay, now I got
That's
it.
the difference.
Oh, Sholem Aleichem.
Now I got it.
That's
Okay.
Galiciana.
Yeah, Rafael, please.
Yeah, two things. The Litvish would be, the vowels would be Shalom Aleichem, but he might say
Right.
Solam Aleichem if he's in that part of Lita. And the other thing I want to mention is the concept of what Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem also includes a hand gesture. So when you're on Zoom, Shalom Aleichem is really not possible because Shalom Aleichem is accompanied by shaking hands. And so here he's shaking hands and saying Shalom Aleichem. And so if you see someone you haven't seen for a while and you say Shalom Aleichem, it's expected that you're shaking hands.
Okay.
So it's like harte hand?
Yeah.
Hand?
Hard, yeah.
Okay.
Hard. Rochelle, I muted you because I saw that you are on the phone. If you need to talk on the phone, no problem. So, but unmute because I muted you.
Okay.
You need to talk on the phone?
No, I'll call
Okay.
back later.
So go on. Go on.
It's my friend from Argentina, actually.
Okay, another sentence and you can go and talk with her.
Okay. Wie in Naples hab ich ihm geantwortet, as if in a fog I answered him, ich gedenk schon nicht was, I don't remember what, weil ich bin gewesen poshet mit tush, okay.
Metushtash. I don't know how you say it in Yiddish. Metushtash.
Metushtash. like confused or?
Yes, confused.
Yeah, yeah.
Not clear.
The tumult and sort of aggravated von dem. He was confused and aggravated by this. Was ich hab angetroffen in dem Zimmer, by what I encountered in the room.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. And Michael, will you continue? Der Altitschker.
Der Altitschker hat sich zurückgesetzt in sein Winkel. The old man settled himself back in the corner. Der alte Galach ist zugekommen zum Tisch. The old priest came to the table when wir seien gesessen und geschmust. And we sat and chatted, alle zusammen, all together, über alles in der Welt, about everything in the world, trotzdem, except was is wie a schwere Last gehangen über alle in Stub, talking about everything that is, except for that which hung like a heavy load over everyone in the house, und gedrückt unsere Neshomas, and pressed down on our spirits. Bergenson hat gespielt die Rolle von einem Übersetzer. Bergenson was the interpreter, the translator, weil ich habe gekannt nur ein paar spanische Wörter, because I only knew a few Spanish words, und gemusst reden Russisch, and I had to speak Russian. Aber der Umut ist die ganze Zeit gelegen auf sein Poem, but the sadness was resting on his face all the time. Und die ganze Zeit hat geworfen, blicken nach hin in Vinkl, and all the time he cast glances there into the corner, wo sein alter Tate ist gesessen, vertieft in sein Sefer, where his old dad was sitting deeply involved in his reading.
Okay, thank you. Just a moment. Just a moment. Thank you. Morty, yes?
Yes, vertummelt, the translation is really not aggravated, but disconcerted.
Yeah.
So the man was not aggravated by the sight. He was just disconcerted. He didn't know how to react.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's continue. Michael, another 2 sentences and then we will move on.
Okay, sure. Es ist gewesen eine heiße, meuredig duschne tropische Nacht. It was hot, moist,
No, Moradik.
fearfully
Airy.
humid, fearfully humid tropical night. Einer von die Nacht in Südamerika, one of the nights in South America, neben dem Äquator, near the equator, wenn man kann bestimmt offen nicht einschlafen, when no way can you fall asleep, when es zieht euch draußen herum von Schlafzimmer, and you are tempted to go outside from your bedroom, suchen ein bisschen frische Luft, looking for a little bit of fresh air, oder am Achaya dicken Vinkl, or a reviving breeze.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Claire, can you continue? Claire,
ich bin herab von dem ersten Gorn und sich weggesetzt auf ein Liegstuhl. I came down from the first, what's it, Gorn?
Floor.
Door?
Floor, the first floor.
Ah, floor. Okay, Gorn. Und sich weggesetzt and sat down auf ein Liegstuhl, on a chair that
A
is
lounge chair.
Oh, yes, the lounge chair. Auf der Veranda, on the veranda, Farnhuis, in front of the house. Es ist gewesen modne still. It was strangely quiet.
Die Luft hat sich in dem Garten herum mir nicht bewegt. The air in the garden around mir nicht bewegt. Around me, it didn't move. Oben über mein Kopf, above my head, haben geleuchten Millionen Sterne.
Can you
Above
show
my
where you
head.
are? Can you show on the, it's,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
are we?
Here, that's where you are.
Okay. Yeah.
Minna,
Yes.
can you, Minna, can you move the words to the right of the screen? Because I'm
Yes.
getting some blockage. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
much
That's
better.
okay?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
no
you. Yeah,
problem.
that's great. That's great.
No problem. Okay, so Claire, go on. Oben.
Noch einmal. Oben über, oben über mein Kopf. Above my head haben geleuchten Millionen Sterne. Millions of stars they shined above. Weite, unbekannte Welten. Unknown worlds far away. In der Endlosigkeit haben, was? Marschiert, auf Seere von der Ewigkeit vorgeschriebene Wegen. Oh my.
That's a complicated one.
Huh?
That's a complicated sentence.
Ja. Weite, unbekannte Welten. Okay, far unknown worlds.
Yes.
In der Endlosigkeit.
Their endlessness.
In the endless, okay. The endlessness. Haben marschiert auf Seere von der Ewigkeit vorgeschriebene Wegen. Oh my God. Okay, what do we do here?
Where
Okay,
are we? Oh, God.
haben marschiert. Okay, marched auf Seere. Seere. What do you mean? They marched on their own?
No,
No,
vorgeschriebene
eternally,
Wege.
eternally.
Eternal.
Ewigkeit is eternally.
Okay, Morty.
Oh,
If
eternal.
you got it, tell us.
Yes, bitte.
They
Marty.
marched in their eternally indicated roads or ways.
Ways. Yeah.
I would translate ehrlich sight as infinite.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
Ewigkeit. Yeah. Ewig is
Yeah,
infinite.
so in the infinity of the sky. And yeah.
Okay, maybe Rafael
Yeah.
will. Rafael?
Good.
Yeah, let me just point out, it's a somewhat strange construction, but the prepositional phrase, it's auf their Wegen. You have to go a long way to find the Wegen, on their paths. So the stars are going on their paths. Now, what sort of paths are they? As an adjective to paths, we have von der Ewigkeit vorgeschriebene, from eternally before, marked out. So on the paths that long ago, they were written down to have.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, that helps. So auf Seere Wegen. And
Okay,
then von der Ewigkeit vorgeschriebene. Okay.
Okay, so
vorgeschriebene
ich bin gelegen.
Ich bin gelegen still. I was lying down quietly. Unbeweglich, moving. Während die Stern die göttliche Stillkeit. Nicht will, not wanting, nicht willendig. Stern, disturb, not wanting to disturb die göttliche Stillkeit. The quiet This
Godly.
is a
Be
get. I
godly
only know
quiet.
as an idol.
Godly.
What
Be
is that?
godly
What else?
quiet.
The godly,
Godly.
okay, the godly
Okay.
quiet.
Or silence. Ja. Around me, around me. Und plötzlich ist vor mir herausgewachsen a größer Schatten.
Schotten.
And suddenly,
Schotten.
where am I? Okay, and suddenly is vor mir herausgewachsen. There grew before me, in front of me, a big shadow.
Shadow. Okay, thank you, Claire.
Oh,
That was difficult. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Karen, will you continue?
Yes. Ich bin in Schreck aufgesprungen und der Sinn vor mir, mein neuem Freund Berenson. I jumped up, frightened, and noticed in front of me my new friend Berenson. Sein breiter Punim is gewen blass. His wide face was pale. Die kudlater hor, the the shaggy hair, sein in Umordnung gelegen, zerschäubert auf den Kopf. His shaggy hair was disorderly tousled on his head. Und die Finger haben nervös gespielt mit dem Gürtel von sein Nachtchalat, and his fingers were nervously playing with the cord, the rope, the belt on his night robe, his night robe.
Yeah, good. Go.
Hat sich schwer niedergesetzt auf a Stuhl neben mir. He sat down heavily on a chair next to me und a langer Zeit geschwiegen and was quiet for a long time. Ich hab aber gefühlt, als bald wird der zurückgehaltener zugekleppter Mann anhäuben.
No, zugeknäppelter.
Zugekleppelter.
Buttoned up.
Buttoned up,
Buttoned up, yeah.
Man anhäuben reden. And I, however, felt that soon will the reserved, buttoned-up man begin to speak und wird wollen von mir a bissel der leichteren, and that he would and that he will I think enlighten me a little about his he would lighten his heart and
Lighten his heart, yeah.
Or
Make his
unburden.
heart lighter.
Ich hab sich ruhig wieder zurückgelegt auf der Lippstuhl, verräuchert Zigarette und gewahrt. I calmly continued to I'm sorry,
zurückgelegt. I laid down again.
I laid back down on my lounge, smoking and a cigarette and waited.
Yeah, okay, thank you, good. Bob, that's yours.
Danke. Ich hab gesehen eure Ponem, wenn ich seid rein in Zimmer und sehen mein Mishpocha. So I saw your face when you were in the room and observed my family. Hot Berensen, ungeheuben zu reden, gewes gespielt.
Nerveis. Nerveis.
Gespielt?
Gespielt.
Yeah, weiter sein Gartel and Berenson began to speak and was nervously playing again with his belt. Es hat euch ausgesehen, Modner, der Zusammenstell von mein Familie. It was strange for you to see my family all together, grouped together.
Okay, so just a moment, because I see Refoil, yes?
Yeah, Spillion, it's the same word as Spilka, a button or a pin. So he nervously pinned back together his belt, or he clasped his belt again. It's a sign of nervousness. He seems to be unclasping and clasping together his belt.
Okay, and also if you can tell us what Zusammenstall is, the Zusammenstall von meiner Familie.
Oh, the way my family is put together.
Yeah, I just couldn't put a word to it, so you know. Okay.
Composition?
Composition, that's exactly it.
Composition is good. Yeah, I just couldn't find the word. Good. Okay, go on, Bob.
Yeah. Wir zet mich it's hold on. Wir zet mir jetzt bin ich der unglücklichste Mensch in der Welt. So this was strange to me. So he's saying, as you see me now, I'm the unhappiest person in the world.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
The unluckiest person in the world.
Unlucky.
Exactly. It's ugly.
But here is also the unlucky is also, I think it's the unhappy. I think it's the same here.
I didn't know if he was saying you probably think I'm the unluckiest.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The way you see me now, yeah.
Yeah, you probably think that I'm the we'll find out. Ich hab gemacht 20 Jahre glücklich gelebt mit mein Familie. Da in Mudbear, Peru. Midbourne. So I've lived for almost 20 years with my happily with my family in Peru.
In the desert in Peru.
In the desert of Peru.
Is that meant literally that it's a desert, or it's a place that doesn't have anything? It's an empty place.
Well, maybe both. But he's got a plantation. He's got a lot.
It wouldn't be a complete desert because
right?
there's the plantation, but the area surrounding it is really a desert, around the desert. So it's more figurative than I think than specific.
Okay.
Noch als junger Mensch hat ich von Russland ausgewandert her. So when I was a younger man, I emigrated from Russia here.
But it's not only, it's more than emigrated. I kind of wandered around and came here, something like this. It's more than emigrated. Yeah.
Okay.
Drifted?
Well, the dictionary says
Drifted,
immigrant.
yeah, that's good.
Drifted is a good word.
Yeah, drifted.
Bekannt geworden mit mein jetziger Frau.
Itztiker.
Get acquainted with my current wife. Sie ist, wie verstehen, she is, as you yourself can see, a Christin und der alte Galach, welchen hat gesehen, ist mein Schwager. So she's she is, what did I say? She is, as you can see, okay, Christian, and the old priest, which you saw, is my brother-in-law. Mein Freund's Bruder, aber mein Freund's Bruder, aber beide mein Freund und ihr Bruder seinen feine, tolerante Menschen.
Okay, stop here because it's a very long sentence.
Okay, let's see here.
My
wife's brother, but both my wife and her brother are fine, tolerant people. Und kein Mal in Meshach von die Jahren in bei uns nicht vorgekommen, kein schon, this word I can't figure out at all.
Discussion.
Sixth?
Yeah.
That's Hebrew. That's Hebrew. Conflict. That's a conflict.
Vegan religia. So in they're fine people, and never in all these years by us has ever come an angry word about religion.
Sichsuch in Hebrew is a conflict.
Complete. Okay.
Conflict. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So just a moment, I see that Marty wants to add something.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think that the better word for sichsuch in this context is discussion.
Oh, we never had a discussion about religion.
I see that Rafael doesn't agree.
No, I don't agree too.
Okay.
Okay,
My
Rafael,
mistake.
No, it's not a mistake, you think.
It would a sichsuch be something like a back and forth?
No.
Sichsuch is disagreement.
Unless Hebrew and Yiddish here is different. Rafael, what do you think?
Yeah, in many cases there is a difference between Yiddish and Hebrew, but here it's the same. It's a disagreement, it's a conflict. It's not necessarily an anger, but it's people who disagree and cannot come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's pejorative, whatever. It's kind of like an unfriendly word or something, or a disagreement.
It's not unfriendly. It has no pejorative meaning.
Yeah.
It just means a disagreement.
Never talked about it.
Yeah.
Well, it means that it's an irreconcilable, right?
No, not necessarily.
No.
Never came up at all. They just never brought it up.
Okay, thank you.
Go on, Bob.
Ich bin geblieben a Yid. Mein Freund is geblieben a Katholisch.
Polish.
Katholisch, Azalcha, Shirach, gefindt in die Ige Länder auf jeden Schritt. One finds these kinds of arrangements in the it says indigenous or I guess foreign lands, I would say, or
No, in the Eagle lands, it's in here,
Here, yeah.
here in this lands.
oh, in this land, with each step.
Yeah.
Befrat is the
Particularly.
Befrat.
Particularly.
Yes, especially in the Weite Mekomis, even especially in the remote areas. Wenn es ist nicht kein Yiddish Yeshuv, where there really aren't Jewish neighborhoods or areas.
Jewish
Communities.
Communities.
Settlements.
Yeah, neighbor community. Durch mein Preis Mishpocha hat ich bekommen mein Stelle in die ich habe gelebt ruhig und glücklich. Through my wife's family, I have received my place. I've gotten my place, and I have lived peacefully and happily.
Good. Thank you. That was a long paragraph. Thank you. Yes, Marty.
Stelle is not my place, really. Stelle means my work position.
Work
Position. The position.
position, yeah.
Yeah, you are right. Yes.
Ask a question.
Okay. Yes. Yes, Michael.
Yeah, I was interested to hear about the situation in Peru because it was very similar in South Africa. And to deal with that, in Johannesburg, there was a Hebrew day school, and they set up a boarding school so that the kids from these remote areas could come and learn something about being Jews. Was there the equivalent in Peru?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Why does it?
I want to say first that the experiences of South Africans and South Americans are quite similar from what I've learned from South Africans here in Toronto. But in this particular case, there is a big difference. The community in South Africa was very large, and probably from the beginning or relative beginning, much more affluent than the Peruvian Jewish community, which was very small. We had only one school, and it could not have supported a boarding school for children from another area. Now, the other thing is that for that to happen, and I don't know how it was in South Africa, but for that to have happened, in my mind at least, both parents would have had to be in agreement to send their kids to a Jewish school. And in the case of those families in Peru that lived far away and where the man married a non-Jewish woman, first of all, probably the woman would not have been too happy to send the children to a Jewish school. And even if that would have been a possibility, even if she had agreed, the Jewish community, at least in those years, would not have accepted those kids in a Jewish school.
Yeah, so things were a bit different.
Excuse me, Michael, what did you say?
No, so clearly things were quite different in
Uh-huh.
the two areas.
Okay, so let's finish this paragraph and, okay, Morty, will you finish this paragraph, the Kinder?
Die Kinder sind gewachsen unter mein Freus Aufsicht. The children grew up under the supervision of my wife. Ich pflege viele oft trachten, I would often think as men darf wenigstens die Sinn erklären sehr Upstamm. I often thought that at least we should, the children should know about their ancestry. Nur ich hab ständig upgelegt von Tag zu Tag, but I always postponed from day to day in a so seinen vergangene Jahren. And that's how the years passed. Wer interessiert sich du in die verworfene Winkler von der Welt? Who is interested in these faraway places in the world for religiöse Fragen about religious questions? Peru is a freie, liberal land. Peru is a free, liberal country. Gewähnt in jenems Religie hat keinem nicht geehrt. And I don't know why gewähnt, but
No, Peru is given.
okay, Peru is a freie liberale Land gewähnt. Yeah, you're right. Peru was a free liberal land was a free and liberal land, and the other person's religion was nobody's business. It didn't bother anybody.
Anyway.
Ich allein hab gefühlt, I personally felt, as my Yiddishkeit wär verschwunden irgendwie, that my Jewishness is disappearing somewhere, wie in dem Nebel, like in the fog, von dem weiten Ever, from the faraway past.
Okay, so just a moment, I see that Barbara raised her hand. Barbara?
Yeah, so in this sentence, going back, and Morty translated it as children, but I thought it was sons, that he had thought that at least his sons could be made aware of their origin, of their
Yeah, the Zinder claim.
So to me, that's meaningful. The daughter was not included with regard to being told more about her background, but the sons he thought were important in this
Because
case.
you will see afterwards why.
Because when you get married, the wife get the name of the man. So
no, it's because
but I think there's more here.
there are more here because the way that the story continues, you will see why it is that the sons and not the daughter.
I would think it would have something. I would think it would have something to do with who's saying Kaddish for him when he dies.
It's because
that's a possibility.
It's because the sons became anti-Semitic. They were the sons were pro-Nazi. It's just that you have to read into the end. Get it? The sons became Nazis.
Really?
What a message for us all.
I couldn't hear you. The son would what?
No, don't say it's a spoiler. Why?
Because I know it's a spoiler.
Yeah.
The sons started to support the Nazis.
But it's interesting because when the women had children, if they didn't know they were Jewish, then there would be they wouldn't even think to raise the children in a Jewish way. Although the mother was not Jewish, so they didn't. They wouldn't have been automatically Jewish.
Or circumcised.
Rochelle?
Oh, okay. I would just have translated "Keinem nicht geachtet" would have been of no concern to anyone.
Yes. no concern, and nobody really cared.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so I know that I told you a spoiler, but I thought that you read the whole story, so you know.
But
You
that's
did.
great. Wow.
Yeah, it becomes even, you know, there is a reason why he's so unhappy. It's not only that he's married to, you know, to a
I hope
Christian.
the next story will be easier and funnier.
Next story is Sholem Aleichem. So Sholem
Good,
Aleichem,
good,
Sholem Aleichem is always funnier,
good.
not necessarily
easier.
easier.
But this one is something else.
It's
Oh,
a
I think the
very,
story is fabulous.
it's
do too.
fabulous. I think
Fabulous story.
also the message later on you will see. Okay,
Yes.
Morty.
Yes.
But the words are horrible.
So, but
Mexican.
that's how we learn Yiddish, you know.
Really?
Difficult. That's how we learn it, you know. We work together and we learn new words every day or every Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually seeing, maybe if I was reading it on my own, I wouldn't be able to break it down so much. But even if I don't know, say the verb, but I get the past tense, and then the far, when there's like the fargessen, or I don't know, so, that's not a good word. But when there's a far, and then there's the past tense, the gimel. What is is there a general meaning of the far when is that an intensifier, or is that always different?
I cannot really.
Oh, okay.
I think it's always, I
What
think
do you
it's
mean?
different. It's not always the same. I don't think it's always the same.
No, it's not.
It's not.
And
Yeah.
the noon doesn't have necessarily to do with the past either.
Mhm.
For example, the word we saw in the song "farbrengen"
Mhm.
means to get together, is not the past. But I unfortunately had to answer the phone for a moment when Nina was talking. Did you said that you gave up the end of the story, Mina?
Yes. Yes, because I know, I was sure that people read the story. No, it's because what Barbara was asking, or people were answering, but the answers were wrong because it didn't fit with the end of the story. So I couldn't tell them that, you know, you are wrong and not say why they are wrong. So I'm sorry, but you know.
Does that mean we're not going to read the end of the story?
Of course we will read.
Oh, good.
Of course.
It is a sad and difficult story, but it's a real life story of many people.
Yes.
The man was happy when he was alone and he could forget there were no signs about his Jewishness.
Oh yeah, this I didn't tell them. This yeah.
Don't tell you that.
This part I didn't tell them. So yeah. So there is
But-
something to look forward to because I didn't tell you
Mina,
everything.
Schweig, schweig, Mina.
What, Neely?
Schweig, תשתקי.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm not going to continue. And tell
Okay, no more. We'll wait for the end of the story for the last
Yes.
part. But
Yes.
it's what I wanted to say is that it's a real story, and it happened to quite a few people that I knew back in Peru, and they usually came to a point when these people, you know, realized that they had missed or they had gone, not necessarily because of their marriage, but because of hiding or losing their Jewishness, had lost a lot in their lives.
That's because you came from a different country, but from Israel, we didn't have this.
No, but in this, Israel is different. You breathe
Israel is
Jewishness.
different.
All you have to do is be there and you're Jewish. It's
But
like,
Morty, some of us, we lose our Jewishness.
well,
it's not
you
true.
lose your religion.
The religion,
But you don't
religion,
lose
not
your
the
Jewishness.
Jewishness.
Jewishness is much more
Yeah.
than religion.
It's exactly.
It's culture, it's attitude, it's
Yeah.
sense of
We say
being.
Jewish, but we are not religious.
Yes.
Yeah.
In New York, so people are Jewish, you forget.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
somebody said to me once that if you live in New York, you're Jewish, even if you are not Jewish.
If you are not Jewish.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, Daniel and then Louisa. Daniel?
I just want to say something that stuck with me is that like this experience is so common to so many cultures in the era of globalization and modernization. My family, is vaguely Jewish, but I'm also Pennsylvania Dutch. And I spent some time learning Scottish Gaelic, and this experience of, alienation from your background and like how it can almost be a weird experience when you come across people who are from your background after so long in the code. I just thought it really interesting how universal these themes are during that period of separation and of like cultural homogenization.
Very nice.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, Louisa and then Cookie. Louisa.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Peru, so I have a comment that I would like to Morty to comment on, which is the fact that the Peruvian Jewish community was very small, and that Jews for a very long time did not go to Peru because the Inquisition was very active in Peru. And the Inquisition was particularly cruel in Peru. So during a lot of centuries, there were no Jews anyway. So I am not surprised about the outcome of this story, because if he ended up this man who ended up in Peru as an Ashkenazi Jew, for example, and he ended up in a remote place where there would be no Jews, it was an automatic development that he would end up in a situation marrying a non-Jewish woman and his children not being Jewish. And now, before I turn to Morty on comments on the Inquisition in Peru, and I would say that all the aftermath and the background thinking of the society about Jews would have been very different, even say from countries in Latin America that did not have that Inquisition background experience, like, for example, Argentina, where the community was much, much bigger than, excuse me, much bigger than the one in Peru. And of course, there was a lot of Jewish culture because of that. And just as an example, my uncle, my mother's brother, remained in Poland, as you know, after the war, because he had been wounded by the Germans. He married a non-Jewish woman, and for many, many years, he was completely denying, and his children to this day are denying, and his granddaughter denying the Jewish connection, because he married a non-Jewish woman, and so they want to believe themselves that they are non-believers and that they have nothing to do with Judaism. And then when I saw him in his 80s, he started relearning all of his Hebrew. He ended up being invited to Israel, and he regretted the loss of his Jewishness. But he spoke Hebrew, Bialik's Hebrew, an extraordinary Hebrew, which he remembered at the end of his life. And he was a volunteer at the Warsaw Jewish Institute, working with newspapers from before the war. So I am not surprised that a man who goes into Peru and marries a non-Jewish woman in that type of background ends up in that kind of a predicament. Morty, what do you think?
Okay. I would say that the Inquisition experience lasted probably until the early 1800s, but then disappeared. Then disappeared.
Yes.
Even from the memory of the non-Jewish people. There were signs there. There was the building of the Inquisition.
I don't know.
There was the building of the Inquisition, and let me just cancel this, please, just a second. Fran, te llamo.
Okay, but no one expects the Spanish Inquisition, if you know what I mean.
But by the middle 1800s, German and French Jews started coming for business to Peru. And these families were not poor families. These families were sent by large companies, large trading companies like the Rothschilds and others, even non-Jewish companies to which they had been working, because in Germany and in France there was a lot of assimilation, not necessarily intermarriage, but cultural assimilation. And these people came business-like to Peru. And who did they connect with? They connected with the people from the high society in Peru, rich people who had factories and land ownings, and they had things in common because they were cultured, they had money, they had important positions in their companies that sent them there. And they are, in many cases, their children intermarried and the families lost their Judaism. And even today, many people that I know are descendants from Jews. Some of them recognize it and accept that they have Jewish blood in them. Others say that they just have the name and have no connection to the Jewish families.
Okay.
Thank you.
You see, that's an interesting story, an interesting discussion that we are having from, and it will get even more interesting next week. So, Cookie and then Rochelle. Cookie.
I wanted to say that as far as that the lady, I forgot her name, mentioned her family story. Once you marry a woman who's not Jewish, the children are considered not Jewish. Even if you wanted to bring them up Jewish, they're not Jewish. It all goes through the mother. So that's number one. Number two, in the 1800s, Russian Jews went to sell their wares in China. They married Chinese women and they brought their children up Jewish, and there are Jewish Chinese to this day who are descended and consider themselves Jewish. That's how many generations already are Jews in China. That's another story. And the last thing I wanted to say, I mean, I consider myself a runaway Orthodox Jew. I mean, it's like ink in a blotter. You can't. The rabbi just invited me for Shavuos. You know, I mean, I feel like I'm always, there's a string attached. You know, I can't get rid of it. But anyhow, there was one word that bothered me in the last thing. The word for floor. Do you remember what's the word in the story that you used for floor?
Goren.
And well, as far as I know in Yiddish, the word for floor is dil or the padloga, which
No, it means story, floor in a building. The story, how many stories a building has, how many floors, not the pavement.
Oh, the floor, because I couldn't understand what that was.
Yeah, like second floor, third floor, fourth floor.
Oh, I thought it's only dil or padloga.
No. Okay, Rochelle, thank you, Cookie.
Okay, to diverge a little for what's being discussed, but to sort of answer Daniel's question about assimilation, I know that as a child, I was very ashamed of being Jewish and of having immigrant parents and parents who didn't speak English. I think it wasn't until high school that I really embraced my own identity as a Jew. And interestingly enough, it was from reading Chaim Potuk's book.
The Chosen.
Not The Chosen, the other one. My name is Asher
Lev.
Yes.
My name is Asher Lev. That sort of reawakened something in me about being Jewish and wanting to be Jewish. And I actually started going to a Yiddish shul in 7th grade, did the whole, because I speak fluently, and then went to Vinkl shul. And my parents showed absolutely no interest in my Jewish education or any education whatsoever, believe it or not. Their goal was for me to get married, period.
Okay, well, but
I just must say something now, please. It's so different. I I love being Jewish. I was never ashamed of my parents. I always felt they were way above any American parents. I felt my father was a shochet, a Masada Kaddition, a chazan. I felt my mother made us feel like we were so special, that we were above the whole American, goyim, whatever you want to call them. I mean, we were gebenched the children. Mama said, "Oh, you should always remember who you are, that we were special, in the hierarchy of orthodoxy." So never, when Mama came into school, I didn't care that she didn't speak any English to me. She was like an Ashes Chaya, like an angel came into the room. I had such a respect for my parents. You don't see that the Cheretz around anymore. No, and I love speaking Yiddish with her. She never had to learn English. The Geschäften were Yiddish, the Balabatim were Yiddish, and I never had 1 ounce of anti-Semitism in the United States born here in the United States. Never. I worked in the garment district, the Shmata district, all my bosses. So spoke Yiddish. I spoke Yiddish to the men and everything. Everything around me was Jewish, Yiddish. I lived in Borough Park, a Yiddish neighborhood. There were goyim there too. They were open on Shabbos. They weren't from, but I was surrounded by Yiddishkeit and Jews and everything. And when I came to Florida, the first thing I looked for was the Yiddish language. I noch the Sprach and everything. I never had any anti-Semitism. I'm amazed what's doing now here in Florida. So I just want to tell you that I love being Jewish. I mean, we're the smartest people in the world, the most Nobel Prize win. I just found out that Oppenheimer, I didn't know that, he made the atomic bomb, Jewish. Every brilliant scientist, Einstein.
Bye, Bonnie. Okay. Okay.
Good.
For some
Okay.
emails. Yeah. Rochelle, you wanted to say something
Yeah,
else?
it's just that we have different experiences and came from an entirely different background.
Backgrounds, yeah.
My parents
exactly.
were not religious, but they identified obviously as Jews, but they survived the Holocaust, and I think that they never joined a synagogue. They never even joined like the workman's circle. In high school, I pushed for that on my own. And again, it was the book by Chaim Potok awakened something in me. And, so our experiences as immigrants from other lands can be very, very different.
Very different, yeah. And also it depends on what your parents went through. Your parents went through the Holocaust, so that's
but so did my aunts and uncles, and they raised their families very differently.
Yeah, it's different. It's totally different. Okay, Louisa, and I think we will stop there because it's okay, Louisa.
I just wanted to say that the issue of the languages is very relative because, as a matter of fact, those who ended up saving themselves during the Holocaust, it was often because they spoke more than Yiddish. The ones who only spoke Yiddish had no other way to survive. They were very easily identifiable. And those who spoke several other languages saved their lives. Among them, some members of my family. They were able to save themselves because they happened to speak not only Polish and Ukrainian, but German and Russian. And they spoke them well, which allowed them to survive when they had to deal with the Nazis.
Okay, guys, it's getting late.
Okay.
I have to go with my husband to the dentist to pull a
More
tooth.
important.
So yeah, anyway, we will finish the story next week, and you will get all the, beyond the spoiler, there is still more. There is more.
Okay.
So please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we will do something for Shavuot, for Shavuos. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Bye. It was a lot of fun.
Bye.
Bye.